My name is Mburu. I go by the name Nyuso Nairobi. I'm traditionally and predominantly a documentary photographer, but I do a bit of commercial photography. I was introduced to commercial photography by Migu Anthiga, the late Migu Anthiga, and Joseph Kiragu. I actually met them at Cameras Africa. They were going to do their first Capture Kenya. That's where we started being friends with Joseph Kiragu and Migu Anthiga. That's the late Migu Anthiga. I was very keen with pictures and magazines. I used to love pictures and magazines. Up to date, I'm a hoarder. I hold lots of magazines, and because of pictures. If a book did not have pictures, I was not interested. I loved books with pictures and then. So yeah, I grew up. Been an amazing journey. Went to school, and my teachers encouraged me from Aga Khan, Nairobi. They really encouraged my photography journey, and voila, here I am. Actually, funny enough, I wanted to do agricultural engineering, but I could not meet the grades. So I went to Multimedia University. That's where I studied back in 2009. So I went there, I studied mass communication and I specialized in PR. Then afterwards, I went to St. Paul's University. That's where I did development communication. That's why I fell in love with documentary photography. But way before that, my elder brother was an ardent documentary viewer. So that's why he introduced me to documentaries. I have the classical big brother, so he introduced me to the majority of David Attenborough and the likes, and National Geographic. That's why I fell in love with documentary photography. Started as a street photographer. I was just documenting the streets, hence the name Nyuso Nairobi, as documenting buses, the culture, the street food. Then I went into wedding photography. I was taken in by Moniki Will of Moniki Weddings, and he mentored me on how to see light. He's a very good natural light photographer, one of the very best that we have around. Then after that, I met Jay Kiragu. Jay Kiragu introduced me to IQ. IQ was a studio in Lavington, Ball. So that's where I met the rest of the guys. But before that, I met Joseph Kiragu and Migu Anthiga in Cameras Africa, right? That corner shop. That's where I met them. And that's how my journey started. As a photographer, you're always broke because you're always investing, you're always plowing back your business. And every day is a learning day, but I was not encouraged, back at home, But I fought on, and that's what I chose. Yeah, I've never been interested in scaling the corporate ladder. I've always been interested in being an artist, and that's what I live for. By the way, I was super depressed, but there is a friend. He's a friend of Cameras Africa. His name is Abbas 254, and Abbas is a very great friend and brother. We met in the most weird way. We were shooting back in B Club, and Abbas did not have a speed light, so I had two of them. But for a reason, I just gave him one and told him, here's my speed light. I have two of them. Just give it back to me after the event. And from there we became friends. So after my whole entire gear was stolen, Abbas sent me almost gear worth $3,000 worth of gear. Yeah, and you know, he's been a friend. He's supported me, and that's how I was able to rebuild back. You have to get used to being broke at times, because this job is about seasons, but you always have to practice each and every day. You know, the average geographic photographer spends his time or their time on the road. So you have to get used to different people, different locations, and you always have to keep going despite the challenges. Cameras Africa, first of all, has been very kind, because when I met them, they were very kind. I did not have any gear. I just used to go and Google cameras, and they'd introduce me to, they check the lenses, they show me. I actually have some of the quotes that they wrote way back, and I had no money. I still have them. And they've made the journey easier, because you don't have to go through the hassle of importing equipment while they are readily available. They've created local manpower here, and that's what we want as photographers. And voila, also the interviews, and also for them coming through for artists. The workshops at Sarit Center and other places. Yeah, I can say Cameras Africa has been a friend through the journey. One of the best is yet to finish. The payment is the 150 to 600 mm Fujinon lens, and then there is the 56 mm 1.2. There is one picture that brought me to the limelight by the name Gadigara. This is a man smoking a cigarette. That's one of my favorites. Oh, I was just playing with my camera, and my daughter told me, Daddy, you know, she was learning how to talk. Bukav, avuta sagara. And don't pige picha. So I was like, okay, fine. I clicked it, and voila. Always never give up, number one. Always practice. Always practice. And always learn that you'll be broke, because you have to plow back, because photography is not really cheap. Well, I don't have any favorite settings, but
So like one setting that maybe is your go-to.
I like experimenting with cameras, so I don't have that one specific setting that I go for. Cameras Africa, equipping storytellers.